Hello, Pisces. So this is your reading for love and relationships, December 2017. We're coming to the end of the year. So this is a great opportunity to see how this holiday season might be turning out for you. Your first card is the Tower reversed. This is a Page of Swords. I have a Nine of Wands. This is a Knight of Swords. This is the High Priest or the Hierophant. I have Four of Swords. This is the Seven of Cups. Excuse me, Knight of Pentacles. And then I have the Wheel of the Year, or in the traditional Rider-Waite, the name is also called the Wheel of Fortune. Well, very interesting. I'm looking at your major arcana cards, and you do have a dominance of swords here as a dominant element, which I'll get to in a second. 3 swords, 3 major arcana cards. And so the Tower reversed is in your past. Now the Tower reversed, the Tower, when it's not reversed, is already about unexpected events, drastic changes, or things that completely come out of nowhere and blindside you. You weren't expecting it, and it feels as if it's a disaster. But the Tower usually happens in our lives. The Tower usually happens when we need to have obstacles removed. When there are things, people, situations that need to be completely taken out of our lives. And so with the Tower, yeah, it's not an altogether pleasant experience when the Tower happens, because usually the Tower comes along when there are things in our life that are not working, and we kind of need a little push. Okay, but when this is in reverse, I'm not getting a move on with cleaning house. I'm getting a lot of arguments. I'm getting a little bit of stubbornness, not maybe with you, but with someone else. And then we come here to the High Priest in the center. This is about working together. The High Priest embraces and expresses the spiritual values, a higher spiritual plane, meaning tradition and faith. And sometimes the High Priest can mean working together, going to counseling. It can even mean a legal issue. But the High Priest usually comes along when there's a need to recognize our higher selves, not being so petty. And I feel like for some of you Pisces, in your relationships, there is this desire underneath all the drama of the Tower to sort of try to make it work as much as possible. But I'm not going to dismiss the possibility that some of you are actually in this month of December still dealing with some legal issues, paperwork and contracts in regards to marriage or divorce, family issues. And that brings us to the Wheel of the Year, which is in your future. And then you have this Wheel of the Year, which is a change in luck. It does represent The Tower is sort of like a dramatic change or crisis that comes along. The Wheel of the Year comes along when things naturally on this cycle of life evolve and change. People cannot stay the same forever. But many times it's sort of encouragement. If you're going through a really bad time, if you're having like a bad string of luck, the Wheel of the Year comes along to say this isn't going to last forever. This will change. Likewise, if you are holding on to a relationship, or if you are holding on, trying to hold on to something that's slipping away from you, a person that's slipping away from you, the Wheel of the Year also comes along to kind of tell you, let go. There's nothing you can do. Things will never be the same, as they were before. You can't get it back. You have to move with the natural changes and cycles in your life. You can't fight them. People must grow and evolve, and many times they have to move on. So for you, Pisces, with your 3 major arcana, I am getting a little bit of a shift for you. Maybe a shift in your relationships. Maybe you're tired of the same old, same old. Maybe you're tired of going through the same old arguments over and over again. And as I said, you have 3 swords here. You only have like 1 cup, 1 pentacle, 1 wand. So there's a reason why I think swords are dominant. Once again, swords pertain to our thinking and our judging and our communication. Sometimes swords are about our psychological issues, like the anxiety and fears. And so usually swords are about cutting to the chase and getting to the heart of a matter here. But many times they can express the mental and psychological energy of how we're dealing with the situation. Is someone afraid? Is there a big discussion or argument that happened? So you have that Page of Swords in your past. I feel like it's more of a big delay, a big hold up here. And you're trying to get to, some of you Pisces might be having an important discussion with a partner, saying, what's the hold up here? Why aren't we able to move forward? Why are we addressing this issue again? So then we come to a Knight of Swords, which it seems like the Knight of Swords is trying to flee this situation. This Knight of Swords is bringing a little bit of antagonism, especially since it's facing away from the cards. Avoidance. But the Knight of Swords is about drastic change. It's about tackling an obstacle or an issue quickly. And swords do bring a little bit of speed. It's sort of like swift justice, swift action. And the other sword here in your present is a 4 of Swords, which is the card of hiding sometimes, or retreat, or taking a rest. So when I look at these 3 swords together and try to get a sense of what's going on with your discussions, or your arguments, or your disagreements, or your anxieties or frustrations, it feels as if some of you Pisces people, or someone that you're partnered with, it's like, I need to take a break. I don't want to discuss this anymore. I need to pull back. There's a lot of frustration that I'm picking up as an undertone here. So just reading from past, present, and future. I've got that Tower reversed, arguments, a Page of Swords. Once again, a Page of Swords can be about messages. This is usually about truth, cutting through all the pettiness. But then I have this 9 of Wands, which is sort of defensive because you see the wands behind her. And this is always a card about learning from your mistakes and being prepared for future obstacles, future issues. And it could be for some of you Pisces that someone is being defensive with you. Okay. They're like maybe accusing you. Maybe they feel that it's your fault. And so you see how the person in this picture, all these wands behind her, all these arguments and issues that have been dealt with, and now it's coming up again, and you're sort of like standing guard, like, not this again. Okay, so when we get here to the present, it feels like some of you are trying to really work things out, maybe take a break. Maybe there has been a breakup for some of you. I feel like there's been a big decision made with this Knight of Swords, like, okay, let's break up, or let's just take a break or a vacation or something. The holidays are approaching. And so underneath all of this arguing and not getting along for some of you, there's this High Priest right in the center, which seems to be about, yes, let's still try to make this work. Let's still try to get on the same page. So that's when we come here to your future. Now, seeing that you are a water sign, we have some cups here, 7 of Cups. This is the card about making choices. And you have a wide variety of choices to make. I feel like with this break or disagreement, I feel like for you, Pisces, it's about, let me look at what my options are here. Do I want to stay on this same road heading into the new year? And so that brings us to the Knight of Pentacles, who seems to be writing towards these pentacles here. You see the pentacle is also in, not only is the pentacle in the corner, but it's also right here in the middle, because the pentacle, the wheel of the year, is about the earth's natural energies, the cycles of change in human life. Okay, so lots of changes in your material world, even where you live, even where you work. I feel like those are going to be big shifts that are going to reflect your unhappiness with a relationship, a desire to maybe move on for some of you. Okay. But I feel almost like there's someone that some of you Pisces people are partnered with, and they're not moving fast enough for you in this partnership. They're not really reaching for new things and better jobs. They're just perfectly happy doing the same thing. And so there seems to be an issue of growth and change here that I'm seeing here in your future that will be addressed. So let me shuffle for an outcome card. Oops, what was this? Okay, I have a 6 of Wands that fell out here. I might as well just take this one too that fell out. I also have a 2 of Swords for you, Pisces. So here's what I'm seeing here. I feel like this is going to be addressing the energy of another person for some of you. That someone is finally going to get it together. You need to get past this 2 of Swords here. There seems to be an issue of someone making a decision once and for all. And so I kind of feel that for some of you in your partnerships, Pisces, some of you might be coming to your own decisions like, okay, I'm ready to move on. You're either with me or not. Okay, get with the program. Especially if there's a person here who has this Wands energy. They need to get it together. And I think kind of in some aspects for you Pisces that this is what this means here. Okay. All right, so you got sort of like 2 outcome cards this time, Pisces, but that is your reading for December. I hope that you are enjoying your holiday season as we approach the new year. And just a heads up about a special. One of you posted on YouTube, are you going to have a special for the Grand Romany? Yes, I am. So as you know, my Grand Romany Tarot readings, 21 cards, in-depth reading, usually it's $40 to $50, but for the month of December, it will be $30. Okay, that's almost cut in half. But as I said, it's a very in-depth reading. You have 21 cards. Not only do they look at your future, if you're trying to get a 2018 reading for your own, they also look at different aspects of your life, the things that will be coming up, things that are probably coming up, things that might not happen. So take advantage of this special. And of course, I wish you guys happy holidays to all of you. Once again, I've had another enjoyable year reading for you. So I will see you in the new year, and I wish you love and light.